Are two gentlemen and one beautiful lady. Kindly introduce yourselves.
Thank you. My name is Pamina Swainaina, and I'm the managing partner at Corporate Staffing Services. What we do at Corporate Staffing Services is HR consultancy, and we offer, one of the services we offer is recruitment, whereby firms come to us when they're looking for employees, and we're able to shortlist and do the initial interview and recommend candidates who fit the profile.
Okay.
And for candidates, we are able to do, we accept CVs from them, so if they're looking for employment, they can also come to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Joy Wayodi. I'm a social media executive. My life is entirely based on social media, where I work and tweeting, posting on Instagram and Facebook, and that's how I make a living.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Jeff Nthiwa. I'm a life coach from Destiny Life Coaching.
Yes.
Basically, we help people bring out their best self.
Yeah.
We do coach training for people that want to help other people transform and bring out the confidence, the best self in the market, in the workplace.
Yes.
And we run this every first Saturday of the month.
Okay.
We equip people to be able to be their best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you're going to get out of business because everything is now online? You know, before this, we were talking to a young lady called Jackie who learned her craft on YouTube.
Yes.
Is there life coach lessons on YouTube?
Well, certainly you can actually even coach yourself.
Okay.
But now when you want to master, when you want to become a master, whether it's confidence or it's anything, come out of depression, stress, then you need a coach.
Yeah. All right. So now, Wayodi, I'm going to ask you this. How many jobs have you had?
I've had like 4 jobs.
4 jobs. How old are you now?
I'm 24.
24. So since you're 20 every year, like high school, you're just changing one. Why were you not comfortable at any of these work, and what did you do?
Actually, the reason why I kept on hoping on one job after another job is because sometimes when you get a job, the people are not giving you enough respect that you deserve. They just think that when you get a job, they don't place you, because I myself, I would feel like I need to be respected and given that opportunity.
It's 20, I'm
Yes.
And I'm kidding, but yes, it's true.
And I need to feel at least I'm in a place. Someone should respect my job. Someone should know that. Since for example, I'm a waitress, there's more than that. Not just, and just like you are a waitress, and that's it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now, why do they demand so much respect? They're 20 years old. They don't know anything in the workplace. They have not yet gathered enough experience to demand that sort of, you know, acknowledgement, so to speak. Why do they ask for it?
I think with the young generation, what they want to do is make a difference. If you look, and they have great examples of people who, at their age, they've really been able to impact the society. I'll give you the example of Facebook. The founder, Mark, he founded Facebook at the age of 24 years, and now it's the biggest social networking site. So these are people who really, they know they have it, and they know they have what it takes to deliver. So at the end of the day now, when you hire them and then you just give them a desk and all they're supposed to do is just to do clerical work, they're not going to be motivated. It's not challenging enough for them. So I would ask for firms, I think they need to look, if it's the job description, they need to make sure that whatever, they're allocating duties, whatever kind of duties they have, they're really challenging enough so as to motivate and retain the young generation. Yeah.
Okay. So now, as a life coach, do you have it harder trying to train and talk and mentor young people as opposed to older people because they feel like they're know-it-alls?
Not really. In life coaching, we say that every human being has got 6 human needs that they're trying to meet when they're making a decision, whether it's a job, relationship, a family, or business, whatever. The first need that the millennials go for is the need for certainty. They want to be sure. And that's why after 3 months or after 1 year, if they're not sure, they're out.
Yes, that's true.
I want to be sure. So the need for certainty for the young generation is key. And then the need for variety.
Yeah.
They want to be challenged, like you said. They want a challenge.
Yeah.
So if the workplace does not provide that, they'll move out. And so we offer this to them. Number 3 is the need for significance. I want to feel I matter, like Joy said.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I matter. Even when I'm 20,
yes.
I want to feel like I matter.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they graduate even at age of 19. They're looking for a job and they want to hustle and bring something home. So I need to feel I matter. And the need for significance actually can be on either extreme.
Yes.
Young people can seek significance and do crazy things.
Yes.
And that's why you hear someone robbing and someone killing to be significant. It's a need within.
Yes.
And then the need for love and connection.
Yes.
And all those 4 are personality needs.
Yes.
Then there's a need for growth. I'm here to grow. I want to become more. I want to be more. We all have those needs. Then the need for contribution. Now, most millennials look to solve only the first 4 and not the last 2. And that's where maybe the problem with the leadership, the marketplace. That's the challenge I find when helping the younger generation. Because the last 2 needs are needs of the spirit. I want to give back. So I can be in the same company for a long time because I'm here to what? To make a difference and give back. Yes. I'm here to grow and give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Paminas, who looks, I mean, is it easier to get a millennial? The employers, do they look for millennials as employees more than they look at people in other age groups?
I think the different age sets, they have their pros and cons.
Okay.
So for example, if it's the young people, if you're bringing them on board, these are people who are going to be innovative. They are going to bring new ideas on board. They are not used, they are not rigid. They will not say this is how things have been done before, so I'll stick to that process. So you find that's the advantage. But then again, when it comes to the old people, there's a bit of stability. We can't also forget the issue of experience and the skills, because those ones are also important. So I would say when companies are hiring, it's trying to find a good balance between the 2, making sure, yes, you have young people, people that you can mentor, and that people can grow with the company, and still you have old people who can also be able to, show them direction as it is.
Yeah. Now, again, younger people now are taking more leadership roles, and this never used to happen. Yeah. So I feel like it's creating a shift between them and the older generation, because they feel like that you're too young to know anything. But I'm experienced. Do you face any of that?
Yes.
You do?
Myself, when I went into coaching, I was much younger than I am.
Then
and the clients I'm getting
are older.
Older people in their 60s, 70s. I remember there is someone who came to the office and they found me and they say, I want to see the life coach.
And you say that.
And I say, you got him? No. And she's like, no, get me the life coach. And yeah, that's me.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure that challenge is across the board.
Yes.
The thing is, the younger generation is focused on resourcefulness. And that's an important thing for this generation. That is not about the resource.
Yes.
It's about resourcefulness.
Yes.
How resourceful am I?
Yeah.
I can be 17 and still be resourceful.
Yeah.
And so you see young people making it and actually becoming millionaires, creating companies because they are resourceful.
Yeah.
Right now we have teenagers coming for coaching. I want to make it in life. I want to have a life, but of course they're inspired by significance again. They want to be significant.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to be inspired by significance.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right. Now, Wayodi, yes, okay.
Yeah, something I also want to point out that the world has become so competitive. So as opposed to the old days where you'd go through the formal system of education, you complete primary school, you go to high school, and if you scored very well, you go to the university, you're sort of assured of a job. But nowadays you find even with an MBA, it's really becoming hard to get an opportunity. Yeah. So with that, young people have been forced to be very creative, to suit in the marketplace. So you find it's not business as usual.
Yeah, it's
so
not.
whether you've done this degree and then some other professional papers, you have to stand out.
Yes.
And by standing out, you have to know yourself. And that is why probably people like him have come now into the marketplace. You know, as people try to understand themselves, their strengths, their weaknesses, so as, you know, to outshine competition.
Yes,
yeah.
That's true. So I want you to run us through the different jobs that you've ever done, the different jobs that you've done.
Oh yes, most of the time, most of my jobs, I've been doing brand activation jobs, and I've been changing most of them because of the payments, mostly.
Yes.
And so the other point that I said earlier was about being disrespected. Like you matter. You need to feel like your presence is important, but not everyone or your employee. Your employer will see it.
Yes.
And then I've been a waitress.
Yeah.
And sorry to say, but that job, no.
It's not. Why? You have to earn a living somehow.
It's actually one of the hardest jobs ever.
Why? You have to pretend to be happy every time?
Yes. You have to, you know, practice, you know, how to attend to the customers.
Who's rude?
Yes.
By the way.
Someone will just...
Look at Jeff. Jeff is like, I know, I will do that. It's fine. It's fine. Dealing with different personalities.
And sometimes when you take food to them, they throw the plate away and they start scolding you with insults. So you just have to be, you know, humble and tell them you apologize and try it. But when you go back, you're like, how, you know, you're trying to talk to yourself like, no, then I think I don't deserve this.
Yes.
Then you have to quit and look for another job.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you think that you quit or you feel disrespected because you're young? Do they treat the other people who are much older different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, when you get the job, they'll ask you first, what's your age? When you tell them your age, I think they try to weigh the other workers. And then when they see you a bit younger, then now that's when the mistreatment comes in.
Yeah.
They'll see you like, when you're mtoto.
Yeah.
So they'll treat you as a child, like you're 16, 12 years old.
Yes.
But the others will be treated like grown-ups, adults.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what makes me or other people who I've known feel bad about their jobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, permanence, do you think that sometimes your age can also determine the pay? They're like, you're 20. We are not going to pay you more than 20,000 surely. 1,000 for each year.
Yes, it does, the age, it does. But I'll look at it more in terms of the skills.
Yes.
What are you bringing on board?
Yeah.
Because look at it this way. Let's be realistic. You're fresh from college. You've probably done 3 months internship. You don't really have much to give.
Yes.
Yeah. So the employer is looking at you as someone who maybe within 24 months, they have to bring up to speed. And that will entail resources and time. So I would ask Joy, sometimes it takes you to humility, a bit of humility, for you to take instructions. And for you to understand that the first 2 or 3 years of your career is basically for you to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although also, yes, there are instances where some people you just look down upon you, even if you have the skills and they say, no, you are young, this is how young people are supposed to behave to their elders and such kind of things.
Yeah.
So I would say, but majority of the time you find it's an issue of skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, millennials are very technologically savvy and they are very creative. So they have been around computers for a very long time, much longer than you have.
Yeah.
And when they come to seek a job, that means they already have been using the computer for quite some time. They have their own apps. They have patented a few things here and there. So even in that respect, they still don't.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I'll give you an example of a client we recruit for. And the client has, I think, 160 staff.
Yes.
And the average age is 25 years.
Oh, wow.
So the senior managers are 28, 30 years.
That's good.
The MD is the oldest at 36 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So in that industry, you'd, like you said, you'd expect someone even at 24 years, the kind of things they're able to do. Not your average person can be able to do that. And these are people in leadership position and actually running the company.
Yes.
Yeah. So it changes.
Yeah.
If it comes to also digital marketing, again, that's an area where a lot of young people are strong, and you find a lot of what they can do. Even the CEOs have no idea, or even the senior marketing managers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did you get that job, social media executive? Hey, Joy, what you do?
Actually, I think it's the way I'm always interactive, and I'm always online on social media 24/7. So the more I interact with people, the more I get to converse with people and get more ideas. Is how I ended up landing a job.
So you're constantly online?
I'm always online 24/7.
So this time you're doing the show is the only time you're not going to be online all day?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
How many followers do you have on social media?
On Instagram, I have 79.7 thousand followers.
And you're not a celebrity, you're not a singer.
No.
That's a lot. Do you use Twitter and Facebook just as much?
Oh, Twitter, coming up.
Okay.
Facebook, I have 5,000 friends, and some people who are following me. I'm not sure of the number.
Yes.
But the interaction gets me going. Yes. That's how I get followers. That's how I interact with people. That's how I meet people. People want me to do maybe marketing for them. That's how I get job on social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it does work. But you see, the other thing, Jeff, is that young people, I don't get millennials just... They want to progress so fast in their career. Yeah. Do you ever try to talk to them and ask them to, okay, calm down, there are phases in life? And
yes, basically train them, because like Joyce said, you face a challenge and then that challenge pushes you out of the work and you look for another job and another job, and it will show in your experience that actually you are not able to keep a job. The thing is, and this is what I tell people, like he has said, give yourself timeline. Tell yourself, I'll be here to learn, I'll give myself 3 years, 1 year, just give yourself timeline, put goals. Yeah. I'm here to meet these goals, because a job is not about just the paycheck, it's about growth. We all know that every human being, we are here for fulfillment. We want to be fulfilled, but fulfillment comes through growth. Yeah. And growth comes through challenges. Yeah. Now, young people don't like challenges, and they don't like problems.
They don't. They want an easy life.
I want it easy.
Every Sunday.
And it's not, life is not easy. Yeah. Life is a challenge. Very and so true. When young people come for coaching, now we help them see that actually problems are part of your growth. Yeah, so we actually challenge them to face it and go to work. If you've not set a goal and you've not gotten a lesson out of that workplace, we challenge them to continue. Set a goal. Yes. 3 years. Give yourself 1 year, 2 years. It could be a goal of growth. It could be a goal of financial growth. Whatever. Yes. It's about you. It's you to set the goal. And then you say, when I meet this goal in the next 3 years, I'm out of here. I'm out of this place. Yes. So that you take charge of your life. Your life is not managed by a boss somewhere. You have a job, yes. You have a boss, yes. But you can take in charge of your life. You can say, I'm here for these years. I'm here for this.
Even as you get the job, you're supposed to know how long you're going to be there for? Okay.
Yes, you should know. Yeah. Before you get the job, you should know, I'm here for... Actually, that's part of the interview. They ask in the interviews, how long? Of course, we say, I want to be with you forever.
Forever. I want to have grandchildren in this company. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but at the back of the mind, have the truth that I'm here to learn. For which goal? To learn, I'm here to grow. Now, when you say you're here to grow and you're not expecting challenges and you cannot face challenges, then you're lying to yourself. If you're here to grow, expect that one day the boss will come and say you've done something you've not done. Yeah. That's an opportunity for growth. Stand on your ground. Be on the resourceful state. Face it and tell the truth. Go through it. Now, tomorrow you look back and say, wow, was that me? Yeah. I did well, you know, and you keep on growing, because it's about constant change, small change that makes you a great person. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now, do you ever get, recalls from certain employers who say, all right, so now the 21-year-old you sent is not doing very well, we're not interested. Do you get that?
I think it's an issue of managing expectations.
Okay.
Because, for example, when someone comes and they drop their CV with us, we normally have a session with them where you try to understand who are they, what are they looking for, what kind of opportunities are there for them. And we're able to advise them also. What are employers looking for? For example, if it's joy and marketing, we probably tell them this is the kind of pay, but if you perform, this is what you're going to get.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, when these candidates is joining our client, they have a good picture, you know, and they're able to manage the expectations. So rarely do we get recalls. I would say most of the time the candidates are able to fit in well. If it's the employers on the other side, we're also able to tell them these are the expectations of the employee.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect someone to come join you, really deliver, and 2 years down the line you haven't added them anything to their salary.
Yes.
So things have changed. If it's the young people, you find for them they are not fixated on medical, pension and such kind of things.
You know, that comes, I think, maybe when you have a family.
Precisely.
Right? Okay.
So you find someone from 22 years old to 27 years old, especially if they don't have a family, for them it's the paycheck. What am I getting at the end of the month? So you, as an older person, you might think, no, I need the security. Yeah. So don't try to reason like them, or don't try to instill your ideals on them. Yeah. Yeah. If that's what works for them, if they want one paycheck and then they go and organize for their medical and pension, so be it. There'll come a time now they will sit down with you and tell you, no, part of my salary, I need that one to be going to pension. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So do you, Joy, think about the end goal and how long you're going to work for a certain company? Right now you're the executive social media account holder. I don't know what titles you guys use, but you do have a title on a very big music platform that plays across the continent. So do you know how long you're going to work there? Like Jeff said, do you have all those plans laid out?
Yes, I do.
Oh, do you? How long are you going to work there?
I remember the last time I talked to my boss, when he asked me the same question, I told him, preferably if I would work with you, I would work with you guys for close to 5-6 years. And he was surprised. So he kept on asking me, are you sure, are you willing, are you ready to put in more effort and give us the results that you want? I told him yes. So the first time when I was given those accounts to run, I was put on probation. So when I started running those accounts and posting, tweeting, in the span of 3 months, we grew. Now everyone in East Africa knows about the company. So the more it gets, the more he keeps on telling me, you're doing a good job, keep up, you know, encouragement. Encouragement is also good. Yeah, it's good.
It is good, which sometimes lacks in the office place because they need a lot of that. Why do they need a lot of that?
Encouragement?
Millennials.
They do. Simply because they're also at the stage where I'm trying to get to know myself and I try to define myself with what I have, and that's why a millennial will go for, you know, the best paying job so that I can buy what?
And
good
show off
car
online.
And show off.
That's the purpose.
You know, to show off, and there's a lot of competition because the driving force is actually significance. I want to be significant. Not all of them. There are actually millennials who are awakening to the fact that it's not just about money. There is actually, I can spend more time just getting to know who am I, and that holds more power than anything else in this world. But also at the workplace, for me, I believe strongly that we can change, especially this generation, we can change the culture. They can inspire millennials by giving them space and flexibility. Millennials, when they have that space and flexibility, they feel being trusted. No one thinks I'm too young to be trusted with this big company. Tell them, as long as you deliver your work, you can come to work anytime you want.
No.
That's good.
Really? Look, a publicist is like, no, I think they should still report at 7 a.m. But it's true, they are taking more leadership roles. And then are we making people retire early? Do they have to go back to school? There's so much competition. You know, how does that work out, Prime Minister, on your end?
I think what's happening, we are now into the era of performance-based. Contracting, whereby now you don't get employed simply because you have a stack of papers.
Imagine.
It's purely based on what can you be able to deliver. And like he said, although we are not yet there, there will come a time now where you log in, you do your 2 hours, and that's what you're paid for.
Good.
Or you're given a task, and at the end of the month, that's what the paycheck will be about. So
will we be paid per hour, like they do?
I'll tell you, in the Western market, they have the clock in.
Yeah.
You know, like what I've seen before we enter the studio.
Yes.
And if you work for 7.5 hours, even if your contract says you're supposed to work 8 hours, if the system shows you're only there for 7 hours, 15 minutes, that's what you're going to be paid.
You're going to be paid for 7 hours.
So there's a bit of resistance on performance contracting, but that's where we are headed.
Why? Why are they resisting it?
Number one, it's accountability versus productivity.
Yeah.
Because even for me, as a business owner, at the end of the day, I'll ask you, I mean, what have you been able to bring on board? Yeah. So you should also be, as an employee also, you should be able to say to an employer, I've been able to do A, B, C, D. So I need to be compensated at a certain level.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, we are trying to understand millennials. These are youngins. These are akina me. That's all you need to know. I am a millennial. It's very important to know. But they're said to be born between, right now they should be between the ages of 18 and 34, right?
Yes.
Is that's a millennial?
Yeah. They actually say people who are born 80s, from 80s, so 81 and above.
Yeah. Told you I'm a millennial. But I'm a very, just like Joy here at 21. All right, so now, guys, we have to check out a trending video this morning. Oh, Vanity Fair, thank you so much for that video. How on point was that? I feel like it really covered everything we were talking about. They want to constantly be praised, and you're always wearing headphones, Joy. So rude. And the other thing that millennials do is they always have their phones instead of looking up to saying hi to you. You've experienced that. Even in your, when you go for like family functions, Jeff, you're there, you're sitting down, your nephew is 18, 17, and you ask him, how is school? They're like, you're like, I asked how is school, he said, fine. They're always on their phone. How rude is that?
It's a matter of perception. The older generation would say it's rude. To this kid, it's not.
It's not rude to be looking at your phone when I'm talking.
They grew up with the gadgets.
Yeah.
True.
We never did. The older, I mean, the older generation.
Yeah, I don't know about your generation, Jeff. I grew up with phones. But they do that. And the other thing also is with, you know, the constant being online, then now they end up getting jobs because that's where advertising and marketing is headed. So now, are you saying that it'll reach a point where now marketing and PR as we know it may be, you know, just brushed aside and people will go over to digital advertising completely?
The basics will still be there,
Okay.
because if it's like the traditional media, people will still want to tune in for the news. But like you say, there's a shift. I mean, the audience now is online. Because even for us, you don't have to come to our office, I mean, to get some of our services. You could send you a CV via email and there'll be someone to reply to you.
Yeah.
So the important thing, like I said, is that this generation, they grew up in the information technology age. So you can't remove that from them.
Yeah.
Like we were discussing off camera. I mean, she's been able to get, what, 79,000 followers within 1.5 years. If I mean, there are some media stations who don't have that kind of followership. And like you said, she's not even a celebrity. Yeah, but for her, this is something she's passionate about. She'll put in 5, 8 hours to actualize.
Yeah.
So, and that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Joy, is it easier for me to talk to you in your style? Like if I was a lot cooler in my dressing and how I talk and how I wear my headphones and how I've cut my hair, would you want to listen to me more than you'd want to listen to someone who's dressed more appropriately, more decently, more conservatively?
Actually, no. I think I would go well with everyone.
Really?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Yes,
well, you're a different kind.
Yeah, because it's something I'm used to. Because I might have two different friends.
Yes.
One who is, you know, hippie, headphones and all, and one who's just conservative. But I can find a way of talking to them differently because I know them. I might talk with the other person who's, you know, because we are getting along, because I'm that kind of a person who headphones and I can't, because I'm obsessed with my phone, I can't leave it, and I'll find a way of how we will communicate. Yeah. And then the other person who's very conservative, I know how I can get him or her, and how we will talk, and how we'll be able to get each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now, when we talk about raising kids, Jeff, I'll ask you because you're a life coach. When you talk about raising kids, if someone is watching right now and they have a millennial, they have someone who's quite young, probably 19, 20, and they had an older child as well, do they have to now tweak again how they raise their kids and use different methods from how maybe we were raised?
Exactly. We, as a parent, we keep on learning. Growth is called in every area. So your firstborn kind of raising them is different. It will be different from the rest if there's a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're raising someone who is in their 20s, they're millennials, then you need to understand technology.
Yeah.
And that applies even for...
We have a family WhatsApp group and
yeah.
you have to send pictures of what's happening in the house.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
You can do, even companies, the best way to get the resources of millennials is to understand them.
Yes.
Understand technology, understand that these people, you know, they want things fast and furious, you know, and that can give you results. Place them in places where things need to happen, you know, give them targets.
Yes.
This is what I want. Be clear. One thing we do with the millennials, when we are not clear, then they do whatever they feel because they have energy, they have passion, you know.
Drive.
So wherever the drive is, they go there.
So you have to be very clear, do not go this direction.
Yes, and the worst thing is when a millennial goes that way and they feel I've done my best, the expectation is I need to be praised. And then you come there and say, what is this? What did I say? What have you done? Then they feel really, is my life worth living here? Yeah. Tomorrow I'm out of here.
Yeah. You know what's so interesting is that the other day was my small sister's birthday. She turned 21. And I did for a party. You know what she told me? She's like, hey, but you haven't posted on Instagram.
Yeah, it matters.
It was expensive. Everything for them is praise and go online and do this and do that, which is tough. But when we do, you know, on the other side, are they unreliable? Could you say? I don't want to ask you, all of you, this. Do you think they're unreliable?
Like Jeff mentioned, it's all about expectations.
Okay.
If you don't let them know what you want from the very beginning, then that's what you're going to get.
Okay.
So with the employers, what I normally emphasize on is communication from the very beginning.
Yes.
Like she said, when you join a company, you have certain expectations. So the era of hiring someone and just giving them a desk and not supporting them is no longer there. So take someone through a proper onboarding process.
Yes.
Get to define your organization. What are your values? What are your mission? What are the growth plans do you have for someone joining? You know, what are opportunities?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you instill confidence in them that this is a place to work.
And those are questions that are very necessary for them to ask the employer, right?
Yes. And even if they don't ask you, because sometimes they might be fearing you because of the position, engage them, help them understand. So when someone joins your organization, it's not for you, you know, you want them to come and you throw them in the deep end the first week. No. A proper onboarding process is where you come, you understand each other.
Yes.
The employee understands what they're getting themselves into. And you, as an employer, you get to share your expectations. Yeah.
So, Joy, do you think you are more unreliable than someone who's much older than you are?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah?
Yes.
So it's just an unfair way to look at things.
Yeah, because I think despite my age and someone who might be older than me, I think we're just the same. It's just that when certain things we're being told about the rules and expectations, it's how we're going to deliver, both of us. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Jeff, what is your take on this?
Well, she's rightly said that it's about the rules.
Yeah.
The millennials is about breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are not unreliable. It depends on the perception, how you work with them.
Yes.
If you work with them rightly, they can actually be resourceful people that can push your company forward.
Yeah.
But if you resist the pursuit of their primary need, which is to shine and to be significant, now you find, how do I fulfill this? Consistent, your reward, consistent reward. There's a company that has the Daniels Award of Excellence. Award them. Because millennials they push forward towards something. So I'm going for this. I want to outdo her, so I'll go for this. I'll get that car because this one looks better than hers. You get? So put something ahead of them that is going to inspire them.
Yes.
competition,
yes.
reward. Yeah. So that inspires. I've seen that as a way to inspire the millennials.
Yes.
Is have those reward system where they can compete, because that's the game they play.
They love competition.
Yeah.
They thrive in it.
Yeah.
Yes, Pravinas.
But one thing I would like to caution the millennials on is the issue of attitude.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time, you must agree that you must be mentored.
Yes.
Someone has been there before.
Yes.
They've been at it before you. So one of the, the attitude, it's a common area of conflict.
Exactly.
Where people come because they are young and they have the energy, and sometimes because they have the know-how, they feel, no, I mean, you've been here for 10, 15 years, what do you know? So I must caution those ones who are very young at their career that when they join an organization, they should actually check their attitude. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, now let's take a look at what Christine has on the other side. We have to check out what's happening online. Of course, the hashtag to use is K24 Alfajiri. We are on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. And of course, the SMS line is 20001. You can also call us live in studio. Our number is at the bottom of your screen. Christine?
Right, thank you, Amina. Of course, that was a very interesting discussion, because a lot of us are still millennials here. Yeah. And of course, you, like you said, are always on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, time to just have a look at some of the hashtags that are currently trending. In fact, we have an update. Remember that Monday has actually become Tear Gas Mondays.
Yes.
Yeah, and just because of that, the hashtag called demos will just have the latest update on that. I want to just have a look at this particular clip.
So this is a clip from Migori. I believe, let's just see if we can play it, and then have a look at what's happening there. So this is this morning, of course, in Migori. We understand that the IBC demos have already begun in that area, and of course, you can just see what's happening there. They've barricaded the road, you can see there. So we expect, to see what else is happening in other parts of the country with regard to this. That was just a 20-second clip, of course, just showing us what's happening in Migori. So, of course, we do expect the same in terms of the protests also in Nairobi and in other parts of the country, as CORD supporters actually head to the IBC offices to protest and in a bid to get the IBC commissioners out of office. We
have several officials says that CORD leaders dared to take their families to the anti-IBC. Of course, there's been a whole that discussion about having the politicians, participating with members of the public, and then once the tear gas the police actually start going out for the crowd, they go into their vehicles, and we've seen quite a number of people actually being injured just from the particular demonstrations. There's this particular tweet that has actually been trending for actually a while. This was back in 2013, and they always say that the internet never forgets. So back in 2013, Kalonzo Musyoka said, before you throw a stone against another Mwananchi for a politician, ask yourself, would he do the same for you? Let's keep peace.
And now we're seeing, with regard to the CORD demos, supporters going out there to do, the very same thing. So, of course, that is one of the things that's happened. Like you were saying earlier, also Boniface Mwangi had tweeted saying that the politicians, the leaders, the CORD leaders should go out without their cars and just leave their cars, so that when this happens, when the riots actually get heated, they can also run with the rest of the Wananchi and try to find safety, as opposed to getting into their cars and just driving off. But these are just some of the of the tweets coming in on that, and this is peaceful.
Someone questioning how peaceful is peaceful.
Yes, and I'm not sure where this picture is from. I don't know whether it's from the same area, Migori, or not, but I can't really tell. Let's see.
Not just leave that one alone. You can move. The same tweet, of course, by Kalonzo Musyoka still coming up. Someone here says more and more poor Kenyans from Kibra are going to be injured and others losing their lives supporting CORD demos. That is a bit, of course, we're continuing to see more feedback on the hashtag CORD demos. Now, of concern to police is the fact that actually these demos, they've turned them as illegal, yet CORD leaders have said that they will actually go on with them. So we're here to see what that will happen. Because this is a picture. I understand this is somewhere on Museum Hill. Yet to know who exactly lit those tires, but actually what I am seeing online is that there are a couple of sort of goons that have been actually who are taking advantage of the demonstrations.
Oh, all right. So they they may or may not be connected to the actual demos.
Yes.
All right. So that's, but that we're receiving that from the Museum Hill area. But of course, these are just some of the pictures that we're getting, some of the, the highlights that we are getting, some of the updates we're getting from different parts of the country on the hashtag #CODE demos. And of course, we'll keep you updated as we go along, as we receive these updates. But for now, let me hand you back to Amina.
All right. Now, guys, the millennials have this drive, as Jeff keeps on saying, about how much they want to achieve and how badly they want to do this and do that. And
conquer the world.
They want to conquer the world, but they don't want it to take long, by the way.
Yeah.
How long do you want to retire? Have you ever thought of retiring?
No.
Yeah? But you want to work, but you want to be a boss, right?
Yes, of course.
Do you think that's a lot of that pressure comes from social media?
Yes, it does, a bit.
Yeah?
Yes.
Then, okay, proceed.
Because it reaches a point where you see people have made the names out of social media. People now starting their own companies just through social media. Like there's someone I know called Mr. Mac somebody. He grew from social media and now he's now mentoring other people.
Yeah.
To be part of the social media executives or social media handlers. And now that's how it motivates me, and hoping that one day I'll also be there. One day. Yes.
There's also the blogger from Nigeria. I've forgotten her name. And she's
Linda K24.
Yes, Linda K24. She's a billionaire. There's a lady called Superwoman she's Lily Singh. She's Indian. She's from Canada. She has 9 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a big deal. So she gets called for advertisement. You get called to ask, politicians want you to be on their campaign trail, which again begs the question, are millennials, do they appreciate the government more? Do they see their importance and significance?
Of what?
Of the government.
The government.
Yeah.
Before I comment on that, let me go back to the earlier question.
Yes.
The millennials, I say they want to be appreciated.
Yeah.
They desire and crave for competition. But now the biggest question to ask is, at the end of the goal, then what? I get the money, then what? And this happens maybe when you're 30, 40, 50, you get the money, and they come back and tell you, Jeff, I thought I'm going to get happiness after getting money. I'm here. On top of this company, I'm not happy. Some of them are CEOs, but they're not happy. I have clients who are very young, CEOs, they've gotten the money, the position, the fame and everything, but I'm not fulfilled. And they ask me, why, Jeff? I thought these were my goals, this is what I was going for, but I'm not happy. And they realize there's something more. There's something more. There's something that can fulfill me. And that's what we do with them.
That's what you try and do. So how do you tell me how I can be happy? Do you give me tips on how I can go and do things I like? Maybe I like eating avocado. Do I eat it every day? Like, how does that work?
In coaching, we actually can fix you in 30 minutes. There is intervention coaching where whether you're depressed, you're stressed, you're whatever, it's all about the state that I am in. Because because of the story you're telling yourself, you've gotten yourself into a state. The story is, I'm going to work hard, get the money, and I'll be happy. Now, you go to the end of the goal and I'm not happy.
Yes.
So now you got to help them change the story, the narrative in the head, and change the state. And once you do that, you've helped that person get lasting change. When they come back to the same position, they're different people. They deliver from a resourceful state, not from a state of I'm waiting for my paycheck.
Yes.
No, I'm here to give. They begin to give and grow and realize, wow, this world is not just about getting, it's actually about giving.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I see them, as they give, they then end up posting the pictures online, which is looked down upon, but you want to say you were here, which is wrong. Now, the pressures that they do face, does that make them want to do something someone else is doing just because of the life they're living? They're like, oh, have you seen Prime Minister's car? There it is. I'm just going to be writing CVs now. That's what I'm. Do you think they do that?
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because who are their role models? The role models are people like you, people in the media. It's the rich, it's the politician, it's people who've already made it. So if they are looking up to those people with a certain amount of wealth, then sometimes you might find even they are being involved in crime, you know, just to be able to fit in. But I would say if someone has good guidance, and guidance starts from the family level, then I think they'll be well grounded. And once in a while, there'll be those shocks, but they'll be able to weather them.
Now, Joy, to keep yourself grounded, what do you do? Who do you talk to?
Most of the time I talk to my parents.
Oh, very important.
I talk to my parents. When I'm about to do something, even with my job, I call my father, my dad. Most of the time I tell him, hey Dad, this and this, what do you think I should do? Do you have any point, or do you have something to add? And then he'll tell me, like, do this, but don't overdo it, or, you know, just keep it on the low, or keep it medium, and we'll see how things will go.
Now, do you think we need life coaches?
Yes, we do, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, we do. This generation cannot do without life coaches.
Really? This specific one especially?
Yes, this specific one.
Feminist, do you have a life coach? I'm going to try on bad drift. Right after this, you just exchange numbers, like, I'll call you next week. So, why do we need them?
We need them because a life coach is like a mirror. And life is about results. I want to give results in a specific period of time. So you contract a life coach and agree, this is my vision. A life coach will stretch you and will see possibilities and potential within you and stretch your vision to fit your potential, so that you don't spend the 5 years doing work that actually you can do, you have potential to do a greater work. So a life coach will stretch you. And this generation is about results. If you don't deliver results, you get out. You get the letter.
Oh, really? Do you, Joy? I see you nodding. It's that harsh. Is it because you're many of you? And you all want jobs. So, Joy, you can't handle it. We have to bring in Stacy. We have to bring in Susan.
But to me, I can handle it all by myself. I don't need any assistance because I'm good at multitasking things. I can do 10 things at once. So it's just a matter of, I can tweet and talk to you and cook and, you know, clean and run and walk.
All right, and cook and eat.
Nice one.
You see, again, they're just like, I can do it, I can handle it, I can handle it. All right, so now guys, final comments about understanding millennials. Feminist, what do you have for us?
For me, they bring in the creativity, they bring in the energy, it's just knowing how to handle them. But my advice also for me, the millennials is, I mean, the attitude, allow yourself to be mentored. Realize that others have been there before, so seek counsel. And you're going to make it.
Joy, how do you want us to understand you?
I don't know how to put it, but with me, I think I'll go with, I'm an easy person.
You're speaking, by the way, on behalf of like 8 million of you,
8 million people.
Yes, because millennials.
For you guys to understand us millennials is just how to talk to us in a manner that we'll get along. If you want us to do something for you, you talk to us maybe in a soft tone. Not that soft, not that soft.
The family wants to laugh. Like, it's ridiculous. So you mean the same way I'd address my grandfather with utmost respect?
Because we both need to respect each other. But you can talk to me in a soft tone. But because you're my boss, you know how you'll talk to me in a tone that I will understand, and I will know, okay, this is my boss talking to me, and this is what he or she wants me to do. So I would say it's all about how you connect, how you talk to each other, how you understand each other, and then things will flow, things will just be easy.
All right, so Jeff, we need life coaches, you said?
Yes.
How does this work? Once a week? You said 30 minutes.
Yes, we do see our clients once a week for 1 hour.
All right.
Yeah, so whether it's I'm stressed at work, or I have this relationship where I cannot manage work and relationship. We help you get resources within you to get to do that. Yeah, so we deal with people with relationship issues, and you don't need to have an issue to see
oh, you don't,
coach.
eh?
No.
Oh, see, we keep thinking it's almost like seeing a therapist.
No, it's not.
You have to be stressed, you have to be going through some things in your life.
Most of my clients, if I tell you their names, will be surprised.
Oh.
There are people you see on TV and think they're perfect, living the perfect life. It's because they understand the beauty of coaching is getting more from me. So they're looking for results.
Okay.
They have gone to the top of their career, but they believe there is more
to be done.
And not that this life coach is smarter than me. No, no, no. I just want a mirror. And that's what a life coach is trained to do.
Okay.
To give this person a mirror and see, actually, this is who you are, this is who you can be.
Wow, there you go. You have a lot of potential to achieve so much more. Make sure that you don't cut yourself short. We're going to be giving his details, Jeff, who's a life coach, on our social media. Thank you so much to Joy and Permanus as well, by the way, who writes amazing CVs. He'll help you get that job if you're having trouble landing one. And all that will be info that you can get on our social media. My name is Amina Abdi-Rabar. Thank you for watching. Christine, Ian?
Thank you very much, Amina, for that discussion. Quite candid, I must say. Let's do this again, same time, same place tomorrow. We shall also keep you updated on the court demos that have actually begun taking place across a number of places in the country. We shall cover that for you. The hashtag is K24 Alfajiri. Twitter handle actually for more updates is at K24 TV. My name is Ian Wafula.
And I'm Christine Biti Magori. Thank you so much for staying with us.